Underdogs, it's Stacy from Underdog Wellness, and today I'm bringing you a yoga video. This is mainly for the neck and shoulders, so if you tend to be very tight in these areas, this program is for you. I'm figuring a lot of people staying home, working from home, doing online school, kids and adults are probably hunched over a computer in a forward flexion position and maybe need to stretch some things out, or they're just holding and feeling all the tension from struggle and from worry and from working at home and trying to make that work and just the stress of this quarantine. This program is for everybody in that vein. It's pretty much all seated. You can do this on a floor or you can do this in a chair. As we're doing the program, when I say to switch legs so that we can stretch out our hips in different positions, if you're in a chair, that doesn't apply to you, just keep your feet on the ground. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna sit, whether we're cross-legged or in a chair, on a couch, on a bed, whatever. We wanna sit, if we do have crossed legs, we want one ankle in front of the other, so nothing is stacked on top of each other. And it doesn't matter what your legs are doing, one knee might be higher than the other, that's totally fine. What we wanna do is just take a moment to feel where you're sitting on the chair, lift yourself up tall, you can close your eyes, and just sort of, so even though you're relaxing and you're feeling the breath move down, make sure you're still feeling tall, that you haven't lost your posture and sunk. So keep the chest lifted, kind of open that up, but it's not exaggerated, it's not crazy, the shoulders are relaxed. So let's do that one more time, and as we're breathing and as we're holding and as we're just trying to relax, feel your face release. You can feel the forehead, you can even tap it if you want to, the face, the cheeks, and just see if you're holding tension, if you can just let that go. And then from there, we're gonna take our fingertips in front of us and we're gonna fold ourselves down. So if you're in a chair, you're just gonna kind of fold your body over your legs. We're gonna go as far as we're comfortable, and then we're letting the head drop. So let it come down nice and slow. Feel yourself breathe into your upper back. And then we just kind of sway a little side to side. So if you're in a chair, maybe your hands are on the ground. Maybe your hands are on your thighs. But just kind of let everything move. And then lift your head up first, and then slowly walk yourself back. All right, so then from there, we're gonna kind of just wave. So we just wanna move really loose. So sometimes we move like this, but we're very stiff when we're doing it. We wanna make sure that you are letting the shoulder go and letting the neck go and noticing all those places where you're feeling tight. But just kind of fake it for now. See if you can let things go. And then we're gonna come back up. So we're gonna put our hands on our knees. We're gonna dive ourselves forward, so really lengthen down and then come on up. Your hands will just be on your thighs if you're in a chair. Dive yourself down and come back up. So think about the spine as a wave. So the wave goes down and it comes back up. We're holding onto our knees if we're not in a chair so that we don't fall over. So on this way back, we kind of give it a little hold. This is our last one. And then come on up. So we're gonna sit right like we are, and we're gonna think from the rib cage down. So we're gonna do little teeny tiny hip circles. These are really small. While you're doing this and you're working that area, check on the shoulders, keep them loose. Same thing with your face, same thing with your neck. It's just a teeny tiny little movement. All right, so now above the rib cage, make it big. But again, let the shoulder drop, let the head drop, let the neck move. Don't let that head be stiff. If that neck is stressed out or tight, you need to let it move. And then come back up. Going back to our waves, we're gonna come down, lift it up, pull it back, down, lift it up. And I forgot to give you the cue, switch your legs, down, lift it up. And again, if you're in a chair, it does not apply to you. Lift it up, pull back, one more, lift it up, pull back. Feel the upper back stretch when you do that. And then come on up. Okay, so we did hip circles in one direction from the rib cage down. Now we're gonna go the other way. So I always start in this direction, so now I'm gonna start here. So again, from the rib cage down, tiny little movement. Shoulders aren't involved just yet. And then let's make it bigger. So here we go. So it's upper body. Hold on to the knees if you need to. Or you can hold on to the base of the chair if you're sitting in a chair. Try not to think about it too much, just move. And last one, come on back. Okay, so that was our sort of warm up. Okay, so for the neck, we're gonna start from up and work our way down. So for the neck, we're gonna say yes and no, but these are super, super slow. So start to say no, start to look in one direction. Shoulders shouldn't go with you. And you keep turning the head and turning the head and turning the head and turning the head until it will not go any further. And then you stop, but your eyes continue. So those eyes should really be moving behind you. And then you're gonna come back just as slowly. So start with your eyes and then continue. Think of leading with your chin, but you take your time, you take your time, you take your time, you take your time, and then you continue. Slow, 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 slow. Once your head is as far as it can go, continue with your eyes. Let's do it again, nice and slow, coming back. Slow, slow, slow. So shoulders should stay relaxed. We're hopefully just checking out our range of motion and seeing where our neck is. And you may have noticed one side was a lot less range of motion than the other. Tighter, stiffer, whatever word you want to use, but that's what you notice is maybe one side. Maybe they're even. Maybe you've got a lot of range of motion and that's great. We're just going really slow. We're testing it out. And then when our chin can't go any further, we continue with our eyes. And come back to center. Okay, up, down. When we go down, we can go all the way down, but when we go up, we do not want to crunch the back of our head to our upper back. So keep some space there, okay? You can look up and you can kind of tighten your jaw and you can feel the whole neck stretch out, but we don't want our head to get thrown back. So here we go. We're gonna bring chin to the chest first. Let it come down and hang. Notice if your shoulders try to come forward with you, see if you can keep them down your back, and then slowly bring the chin up. We're gonna tighten the jaw just slightly to get a stretch. Feel that down there. And then come back. So these aren't fast either. We're taking our time, we're checking out our range of motion, we're seeing what we're working with. Actually, we're feeling what we're working with. Feel that stretch. Now keep the chin into the chest and we're going to bring it up to one side. Notice if you feel it pulling or tightness there. Down and up to the other side. And continue with that. Down and up. Notice if you feel tightness on one side or the other. Notice at what point in the movement do you feel the most tightness. Notice if you feel any cracks or crinkles. Always remembering to breathe. And then we'll take it back to to center. Again, notice, kind of just keep in mind what you felt. If it was uncomfortable, that's okay. Next, we're going to take ear to the shoulder. Notice, first of all, how much space you have. Does your ear touch, or do you have a lot of space there? Notice any tightness or pulling or tension or anything going on here. It could be from the ear all the way through the shoulder, somewhere in between. We're going to take this hand and just touch the ground with it. So we've lengthened, and that might have increased some intensity. You might even feel some pulling or stretching through the arm. This arm is going to come up. We're going to touch the head, but you're not going to pull or yank, it's just weight, okay? From there, we bring the chin down and up towards the ceiling. Let the head do the work. The arm is just going for the ride. And see if you can increase your range of motion. See if you're able each time to go a little further and a little further. And then we're going to leave it like that. And this free hand now is going to give us a little massage. So what you're going to do is you're going to just hold with your hand, but you're going to move your neck. So I like to start up pretty high with my thumb kind of under my jaw and the rest of my hand around my back. And then I'm going to turn my head. And again, I'm going to turn the head. So you can squeeze a little tighter with this hand every time. You can place it in different positions, but you're giving yourselves a little bit of massage. You can squeeze with the fingers, but just don't tire out your hand by trying to do too much with it. Let your neck kind of be the guide. Let that do all the work for you. And you can even squeeze it and then move the head around. So really press in where you're feeling your most tightness. Kind of dig those fingers in, but don't tighten the whole hand, just the fingers, and then continue to move the head and the neck. A lot of massage therapists are closed right now, so we're kind of in our own hands. This should feel good. It shouldn't feel painful. It might feel like, wow, I really need a massage. And then we're going to come back up and we're going to sit for a moment. And I want you to close your eyes and just feel. Notice if one side does feel looser than the other. Notice if one shoulder feels more open or lower than the other. We're going to do the other side. So let's take ear to shoulder first. And don't be in a rush. Notice how tight this side feels. Notice what's going on there. Notice any sensations or pulling or just what's going on. Then that fingertip, those hands, touch the ground and kind of, again, stay with that. Notice how much space you have here. Just kind of feel around. Don't let this shoulder rise. And then this hand is going to be the weight. And then we drop the chin down and bring it up to the ceiling. So we're just letting the head do the work. And then when we're done there, we're going to take this hand, bring it around. Again, just kind of grip to start and turn the head. Let the neck do the work. You can re-grip, but then turn the neck and just let your hand glide on your neck. You can then start to grip it if you want a little bit more, but just kind of see what you're starting with. And after we've done this a few times, you should get a feel for where you're the tightest, and then kind of dig in a little bit and then start to kind of move the neck around. And then come on out of that. Again, we come back to neutral and just see, do they feel more even now? Does one still feel tighter than the other? Maybe that wasn't an issue for you at all. All right, from there we're gonna do a resistance exercise. So we're gonna stack our hands just so that the heel of the hands kind of stack on top of each other. We hold them up in front and we're gonna place our forehead into the hands, and you're gonna push with your head into the hands, and your hands are pushing into your head. Nothing should move, but you should feel resistance through the neck. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and release. We're gonna do that at the back of the head. So same thing, the heel of the hand stack, place them at the back of the head, and push. Push that head into those hands, push the hands into the head. Keep push, 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 push. And release. We'll do it side to side. So we're gonna put our hand right on our head, and we're gonna push the head into the hand into the head, but nothing should move. Keep pushing, pushing, pushing. And other side, same thing. Find that resistance. Push, 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 push. And release. Okay, so there's the neck. Now we're moving on to shoulders. So we're just gonna do big old plain circles. Try to keep everything loose, and we're gonna switch those legs again. We've been in that position for a while. So shoulders back. Again, if you're in a chair, doesn't matter. If you're in a chair, your hands can be on your thighs, or you can let them dangle by your sides. Whatever feels the best for you. And these can be big, and they can be one at a time. You can get moving around, whatever feels the best for you. Just kind of play with those shoulders. Reverse direction. Try to keep your neck loose when you do this. And then sort of, all right. Take your hands out in front of you. You're gonna clasp your hands together, but you're gonna push the palms away. So really push. And then straighten your arms and just kind of focus on your hands, your fingers, your palms for now. And you should feel a stretch through the palms here. So just kind of stick with that for a moment. And then we're gonna pull the belly back. So if you're in a chair, kind of scooch to the front if you're not at the front, so you've got somewhere to go. And we're just kind of wiggle side to side. Just a little bit of movement. You can wave it out or just kind of feel what feels good. And then come on, release. All right, we're gonna go to the back. So the hands are gonna go behind. We're gonna clasp them. Try to make sure they line up and you clasp like this. Try not to let one hand go to the side, okay? So behind. All right, now lift as high as you can with the arms, but keep the chest high, keep the spine long. Good, and then from there, we're gonna bring the thumbs towards the ground. So we're still tall, but thumbs are gonna go towards the ground or to the chair. You might have had to work with that with the chair a little bit. Sorry about that. Could have turned sideways maybe. So we're still tall. We have thumbs on the ground. And then from there, we're gonna lean forward. So slowly, 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 long spine. Bring the arms with you. Maybe your forehead touches the floor. Maybe your body lays on your legs. Maybe you're just leaning forward. Lift those arms as high as they will go. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then lift the head and come up slow, 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 and then shake it out. Very nice. Okay. One more time, we're gonna clasp. We're gonna place our hands underneath our chin with our elbows nice and wide. This is called angel's breath. We're gonna inhale and lift the chin. And exhale, release. And again, inhale, lift. And exhale. And inhale, lift. And exhale. Very nice. And I felt a little crack there. From here, just kind of let your hands rest anywhere. and we're gonna sit and we're gonna try, so a lot of us sit with our chin in front of our body. We kind of sit into that position, and the neck kind of molds to that, but it's not, a lot of times our neck's out of alignment when we do that. So we wanna sit tall, and we wanna focus on pushing the back of our head further back, almost as if there was a wall behind us. We're not lifting the chin, we're just pushing the back of the head back, almost as if there's a wall behind us, and we're trying to touch the back of our head to that wall. Hold. And it sometimes gives us a double chin. And come back out. All right. So from here, we're going to go into eagle arm. So we'll start with left arm right here. Right arm comes underneath. Maybe the back of your hands touch. Maybe you can touch them both together. Lift your elbows high so they're on line with your shoulders, or even higher is okay. And then press your hands away from your face, so towards me. Send your hands towards me. So that's where we start, and then we're cat-cowing. So we're gonna inhale, arch, and exhale, round. And inhale, arch, and exhale, round. And arch, and round. And arch, and round. And then we'll come back to center, and we're just gonna go side, 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 and release them. Other side. So this arm is first, left comes underneath, whatever works for you. Some people like to clasp like that, long fingers, whatever it works. Elbows come up, 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 up. Hands are gonna push away, so push your hands towards me. Feel that stretch through the shoulder girdle. Inhale, arc, and exhale, round the spine. And inhale, lift, and exhale, and inhale, exhale. Keep it flowing. This is our last one. And release. Nice. Okay. So from here, in our cross-legged position, or if your legs are straight because you're in a chair, you're going to take this arm and you're going to put it on your knee or on the outside of your hip or leg somewhere. We don't want to use this to pull or yank. It's just kind of weight, because we're going to do a spinal rotation. This arm is going to come behind, and it's either going to touch the back of the chair or the floor. Inhale here really tall. Feel that spine get tall. And then exhale, begin to rotate. Again, don't use this, so if you want to let go, you can, okay? Just make sure it's not yanking. And then continue to rotate, grow taller and taller and taller, and continue with that chin looking behind you. And then inhale, come back to center. We're gonna pause. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll go the other way. So we're gonna start with just a touch. This arm is gonna go grab the chair or the floor. Inhale, get really tall right here in the center. Again, not using this arm. And we just rotate it around. We wanna feel that rib cage rotate, rotate, rotate. The head continues, and then the eyes go even further than that. And come back to center. We're gonna switch the legs again, or if you're in a chair, don't worry about it. Take it side to side. Either way, if you're on your hips or you're in a chair or you're sitting cross-legged, we wanna feel that our hips are both anchored. So as we take it to the side, we don't want that hip to come up. So we take it to the side. You could be up high, you could be down low, whatever. You might be holding onto the side of the chair. Find that stretch. And just see how far you can go. Anchor that hip down. Your head can do whatever you want. Checking to see that you're still loose. Let's go the other way. Same thing. And you might have a tighter side that doesn't come down to the elbow as readily, like I do. That's okay, just play with it. Let's take it to a flow. We'll go a little quicker. Take it to the side. You can stay longer if you want to, or you can keep it flowing. And then we turn it into a circle. And spiral around. So the arms, the shoulders, the head, everything is loose. So no tension is created here. Just have a little fun. You can grab the sides of your chair. And then we'll slowly work our way back to center. Okay, so from here, we're gonna take it to a child's pose. So if you're in a chair, you could, if you don't want to get out of your chair, you're just taking a little break, you're just going to fold over your legs, okay? But if you're on a mat, we're going to take our legs a little wider, and you can take your legs wider too if you're at home on a chair. And all we're going to do is just let our chest fall between our legs. If you're in a chair, let your hands fall to the floor, but the rest of us are going to put our hands behind our body. And we're going to let our forehead melt into the ground, or just let the head dangle in the air, whatever you've got going on. Now stay where you are if you're in the chair. If you are in child's pose, you're going to turn your head to one side. Really let the side of the face kind of nuzzle into the ground. Let it be supported by the floor. And we breathe. Let's turn the head to the other side. And then we'll take it to center. We're going to use our hands to come up, or you're just going to kind of roll up if you're sitting in that chair. All right, then the last thing we're going to do, if we're on our mat, is we're going to send our legs out long. You can kind of do this if you're on the chair, just kind of let your heels touch the ground. So you would lift your toes up off the ground, and we're just going to kind of windshield wiper. So we just kind of let our legs move side to side. If you're in a chair and you want to pull a knee into the chest and then another knee into the chest, you can do that. But we just want to make sure that we sat on these legs for so long that we get the blood flowing again. And then just kind of bounce them. And then that's it. Hopefully everything feels a little bit more looser. You got a little bit of blood pumping, and I hope you enjoyed it. So take care, and we'll see you again for another video really soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye.